unto God. Unto God with the voice of, shout unto God with the voice of triumph. We lift your name, 'cause the enemy has been defeated. Death couldn't hold you down. Gonna lift our voice in victory. Gonna make your praises loud. The enemy has been defeated. Death couldn't hold you down. Gonna lift our voice in victory. Gonna make our praises. Shout unto God with a voice of triumph. Shout unto God with a voice of praise. Shout unto God with a voice of triumph. We lift your name up. We lift your name up. Shout unto God with a voice of triumph. Come on. Shout unto God with a voice of praise. The victory is yours. Shout unto God with a voice of triumph. We lift your name up.
You could be like, oh my gosh, she is so dramatic. She is so much. But when you actually be free, when you've actually been held by chains of depression, when you've actually faced the enemy, when the Lord frees you, I am undone. Do you know what you're speaking to? Shout out to God with the voice of triumph, because he defeated death, hell, and the grave. He defeated your sickness. He defeated your suicidal thoughts. Jesus, we just give it to you. Shout out to the Lord. We are not afraid, God, of what people think. We are not afraid, Lord. If David danced till his clothes fell off, what do you think that looks like? If David was undone with the Lord, if David was a man after God's own heart, he danced till his clothes fell off. So you can't tell me that this is too much, and you can't tell me that this is way out there. Are you ready to shout unto the Lord? Because wherever you're at in that circumstance, I promise you, I challenge you to worship through it. Are you ready, church? Let's go.
We lift your name up. We lift your name up. Shout unto God with a voice of triumph. Shout unto God with a voice. Oh, we shout in victory. We shout in victory. We shout in victory. Yes. Shout unto God with a voice. Lift it up. Shout unto God. Shout unto God with a voice of triumph. We lift your name. We lift your name up. Shout unto God with a voice. Yes. Shout unto God with the voice of triumph. We lift your name. 'Cause the enemy has been defeated. Death couldn't hold you down. We're gonna lift our voice in victory. We're gonna make your praises loud. 'Cause the enemy has been defeated. Death couldn't hold you down. We're gonna lift our voice in victory. We'll make your praises loud. Oh, shout unto God with the voice of triumph. Shout unto God with the voice of praise. Shout unto God with the voice of triumph. We lift your name. Shout unto God with the voice of triumph. Shout unto God with the voice of praise. Shout unto God with the voice of triumph. Shout unto God with the voice of triumph. Shout unto God with the voice of praise. Shout unto God with the voice of triumph. We lift your name up. We lift your name up. Shout unto God with the voice of triumph. Shout unto God with the voice of praise. Shout unto God with the voice of triumph. We lift your name. Sing it again. Sing it again. Come on. Shout unto God with the voice of triumph. Shout unto God with the voice of praise. Shout unto God with the voice of triumph. We lift your name up. We lift your name. I want to read you something. This is what I sent to the worship team earlier this week, all that you see on this stage. And listen, we are not performers and you are not spectators. You're not here to just watch. You're here to participate in the worship of the church, the praise of the saints. You're all part of the band, guys. You're all part of the worship team. There's no separation here. And know that we prepare ourselves over the weekend to lead, to encounter the Lord with you. And this is what I sent to them. This is for somebody in the room today. And I want to say this is probably for someone who considers themselves an introverted personality. Where are my introverts? Raise your hand. Okay, some of you guys are lying because I know you're introverts and you're not raising your hand. I consider myself an introvert. And I got to rebuke this lie sometimes that, well, I'll just read this. God is worthy of our shout. To me, a shout of praise is similar to a pressure valve in my soul that cannot hold anymore and must burst open. I've often excused my lack of shouting by claiming that I'm an introverted personality and I can worship God through other expressions. This is true in part. There are times to be still, to encounter God in the quiet. The scriptures also repeatedly command, not suggest, but command us to praise and celebrate the Lord with our shout. Our shout is a victory cry. Our shout releases breakthrough. Like Jericho, our shout releases power to bring walls down. I believe there are walls in your life that will fall when you shout to the Lord. Psalm 47, God has ascended amid shouts of joy. The Lord amid the sounding of trumpets. Sing praises to God, sing praises. Sing praises to our King, sing praises. For God is the King of all the earth. Sing to him a psalm of praise. And David just continually, all throughout the Psalms, commands the people of Israel to shout, to sing loudly. He's talking to the introverts and the extroverts. Because something happens when we push ourselves beyond our comfort zone and we step fully into faith. And we don't care who hears us. We don't care what we look like or we sound like, because the breakthrough that we're believing for is more important than what anyone else around us thinks. And we have to get to that place to where we say, the fear of man is dead, because what I am praying and proclaiming and decreeing is far more important than what the person on my right thinks of me. We don't praise and worship for victory. We worship from victory. The victory is already ours. We're not striving for this, guys. We're just receiving it. We're stepping into it in faith. We just reach out and receive it. Victory is already yours. Jesus paid for it. He said it's finished. It's finished. Stop fighting. Stop striving. It's his. Now listen, my voice is gone. I don't know how I'm going to preach. Leslie's going to do most of it. God is worthy of our shout. So we're going to go into this one more time. You're going to have to lead it because I can't. Okay? But we're going to sing through this one more time. And if there is a breakthrough that you are believing the Lord for today, you don't even have to sing the lyrics. Just shout. Or shout whatever it is. He's here. And he is everything. He's done everything. Freedom is yours. Breakthrough is yours. Healing is yours. Deliverance is yours. It's yours. Receive it. The enemy's defeated.